Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vincent Cloud, and this is the Challenge USA Episode 2 recap. And to before I start, in the previous episode, Dave and I, we were like, where's the USA? I mean, like, why is the Challenge USA happening in Argentina? And turns out there is Argentina has their own challenge, you know. So does the UK, and so does Australia. Those are the four. Those will be the other three countries battling. You know, after winners are decided from all four. So yeah. Where's Argentina taking place? You know, is it in the UK, and the UK goes to Australia, and Australia goes to the USA? You know what I'm saying? But really, it's like, why? What's the matter with just having a challenge in the US? Is it actually cheaper going to these other countries? You know, because I don't. I've never cared too much about the setting. I mean, yeah, cool. It's awesome when a setting looks cool and shit like that, but it really comes down to what they're asked to do. You know, the missions. Those are the big reasons why you would want to travel, I suppose. You know, but what it comes down to is like, yeah, the missions. What are they doing in those daily challenges? Because the eliminations are always going to be in a little arena that is created by production. You know, they decide what everything looks like and stuff. And I don't know. I always thought that to save money, I would assume it'd be easier to just have it happen in the U.S. somewhere. Yeah, those were my thoughts. But let's get into the second episode, where apparently every episode is going to open up with new partnerships, thanks to the algorithm. And I like this. This is a cool idea, a cool way to open up every episode, because right away, Tyson and Justine. Oh my gosh, Justine is like, oh, Tyson, you just sent my friend home. You know, sent her. And she was crying. You know, Justine's crying, and all of a sudden she has to be with Tyson. And same with like Cinco and Cachet. You know, they're like exes. You know, so already we have like a mini Rivals episode and a mini exes episode. Isn't that great? Actually, this is such a good idea, where it almost seems wasted on these people that I don't know. It'd be a lot more juicier, you know, if different pairs, different people were paired up. Actually, I believe that it could be interesting if it wasn't guy-girl pairs, but like guy-guy pairs, girl-girl pairs, and then, you know, you play like that. The girls and guys are playing separate games. But it's not the case. But still, like, that would be interesting, because that was what was unique, turns out, in Rivals. Because X's, Fresh Meat, Double Agents, name any other pairing, almost always guy-girl pairs. Final Reckoning was kind of mixed all over the place, but I don't talk about Final Reckoning, alright? I don't care for it. But yeah, cool way to open. Next I have Tiffany flirts with Cinco and Cachet are already going through a thing, and I apparently this is kind of going to be her downfall, among other stuff. But it doesn't help when you're flirting with someone and their ex is still there. Like, think, what's her name? Fuck. Siobhan and CT, when Dean was there in The Duel 2, right? Remember that shit? Yeah. We don't oh my god, I don't even think that episode's available on Paramount Plus. Yeah. They they took that out of there. That was crazy. Next we have Sean or shit. What? God, what's her fucking name? Shan. The news anchor bit about how she's like, just saying all this stuff, everyone's business. But she's like, oh, it's for a purpose. People have to know or think that I have my finger on the pulse. So come to me for information. Next I have, the mission itself. Yeah, buoy. Which is basically you jump in the water, climb up a ladder, jump on these spinning ass tire things. What would you call them? I don't know. And then you drop down. You do Scrabble basically. You have 20 minutes, and then you will win 10,000, which is $5,000 each. Overall, I want to say that this is more interesting to watch than the previous episode where they just rappelled down and did math. I'm sorry, but seeing someone do math, has that ever been exciting? Ever? Think about it. Do it. Just once. Like even, let me think here. Good Will Hunting. There was an equation, but that wasn't the money shot of Good Will Hunting. Yeah, think about it. I'm still trying to think of like an awesome math scene in movies, or any of that. Yeah, not really. So we have a bigger improvement. We have Scrabble now. I understand that. I get that. I see the words. I can spell. Let's see here. Okay. James almost has a Mike moment when he falls and he starts like making noises that indicate that he's hurt. But it's a little bit more like, oh, this isn't fun, because like it was kind of fun to make fun of Mike when he fell in Rivals 1. I'm not going to try and replicate that. I was thinking about it, but I'm not going to. I did it in the actual episode where we recapped that Rivals episode. So if you want to hear that, it's good. Just go back and look at that episode. Next I have Cache and Cinco. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is like, free therapy or whatever. But you might possibly get paid to do this therapy where you and your ex, you have to do all that stuff, and yeah, it's again, like I said, this is like an exes episode just for these two. It's so weird, and how unfortunate it was thinking back to that season I don't want to talk about, but Final Reckoning, where it was Ashley and Hunter. They were exes, yet they were put together as a rivals-like hybrid, because that's what the whole concept of that trilogy was, right? It was like Dirty 30, then Vendettas, and then everything concludes with Final Reckoning. But Ashley and Hunter were exes, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I always felt that emotionally, that's so much more shit you have to deal with. It's almost like emotional jet lag, or emotional I don't know, food poisoning. I don't know. There's just an extra thing that you're like, God damn it, I'll do it. I'll still jump up and on the tires, the spinning tires, and I'll still put the words together. I'll still swim and climb a ladder and shit like that. It's just that I feel like I'm working with a bit of a handicap, because the emotion of having to be with your ex around, yeah. But so what's he say? He's like, oh my God, I need you and shit. So she's like, oh my God, that gave me the strength and shit like that. So yeah, but they're no longer working together after that, right? Next, I have Tyson, where he's like, I'm doing this breathing, this runner's trick. You know, when you're passing someone, even though you're working just as hard as they are and stuff, but you're going to be able to pass them soon. What you do is you when you pass by, make it look effortless, just to demoralize them even more. You know. So right away, I'm like, okay, this Tyson guy, just these little things he's saying, where he's like, you know, he's only speaking in like, I was gonna say general terms, but like commanding terms, at war general like things. He's talking strategy and stuff like that, which is good. I like it. Um, let's see here. Oh, so afterwards, TJ says, I'm proud of all of you. Yet James and whatever her name was didn't get one word, right? Now it's so funny. It's because the other thing I realize is that no one's really giving TJ those pops. You know, they're just like, oh, he's just some host. You know, we're coming from a show where, I don't know, perhaps our hosts were better. You know, and TJ is kind of always, to me, in my opinion, relied on the fact that he does it all the time. You know, he does every single challenge season and stuff, and so and so do the competitors, the actual challengers from the actual show. You know, they respond to him like he wants. So yeah, plus TJ's not like, you know, because before he would always say like, you guys were terrible. You couldn't do one word, you know, back in the day. And now he has to say like, not only am I proud of you guys, but nothing. I'm proud of you guys, and guess what? You guys, unfortunately, and it breaks my heart, you guys are going into elimination. I don't know, something like that. It's so. I really feel like whatever made TJ has been clipped. The only thing he has is his trivia, but even that I've never cared for, and I feel like in All Stars 3, all those guys were over it. They were like, oh, look, it's TJ with a look. He's got that smile, that particular smile when he's going to ask us questions and stuff like that, and he's going to try and insult us. Like, I remember one time TJ asked Ashley something, and Ashley's like, whatever the answer was, right? And TJ's like, that is the stupidest thing I ever heard, or that's I think we're all stupider for that answer, or something like that. And I want to say, motherfucker, you asked the question. Like, you know, you. I see that you're trying to be funny. You're trying to be this and that, TJ, but it's just you're so lukewarm, right? You're so. So oh my god. All right, sorry. If you've ever heard the show before, I like to go at TJ. When really there's more episode to be covered here. Let's move on. Okay. So after this, apparently this is the new structure of the episode. After the mission, there's like, it's not deliberation really. Could we call it deliberation? I don't know. Because what happens is you have the winners meet with the losers in a room with all their names on the board, you know, and then they just talk. It's interesting because sometimes if you lose, you might not like really ever have that conversation with the winner. You know, sometimes they don't care. They're like, oh, we know who we're setting against you and shit like that, right? But this is like, it seems to be built into the show that the winners are going to talk to the losers, which is, I don't know. It's all right. It's so weird that they're just like, no, this is a requirement. This is part of the show. So, moving on. James, but this is interesting what happens here. And I think it's just because of what James does. He's like, he asks Justine, he's like, what, because he's like the show is divided by the four shows. Love Island, Big Brother, Amazon Race, and Survivor. Did I say it? But the Love Island, the four shows, and he says, Tiffany and Cashel, like even though they the one guy is Cashel is Love Island, and Tiffany's from Big Brother, he says that she's kind of like take her away and what do they got or something like that, right? There's something very warlike, very strategy there, and that's what gets Tyson's attention. He's really just like da-da, like he zooms in like a hawk. He's like, huh? Another bloodthirsty piece of shit? Like, all right. Or maybe, I don't know. Yeah, maybe he's just like, I should pay attention to him more. Maybe I should bring him in. Or maybe he's like, oh shit, fucking James. Yeah, keep an eye out on him. Who knows? Next I have Cinco carries Tiffany to bed. Oh yeah, that's right. And then, oh my god, it was, what's her fucking name? Was right there. What's her name? I had her written down. Cachet. Yeah. They're like right there. But isn't it one big fucking room? Isn't it just one warehouse with all the bunks there? It's not even divided by anything. It's just like so the faux pas, the like, oh my god, this is fucking awkward seeing, it would be. In fact, I hate this. It's one room. It's like they're in the military. Nothing against the military. Thank you for your service, but it's like we're all in one room. I can't get over it. I hate the fucking bunk beds to begin with. To me, already, like, to be in a room full of challengers that I've grown up with, or, well, I've been watching since 2011, I want to say. No, it was before that. Way before that. Fuck, what year was that? It was like '08, I want to say. But I would hate that. Like, I'll watch them. I don't want to fucking live with them. And I damn well don't want to fucking have someone above me or below me. Beside me. But bunk beds is just fucking weird. I don't know. And now they're in just one singular room together. No thank you, man. This is, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Double Agents. No, Total Madness, where they were in that bunker. Yeah, I don't like it. Next we have Cachet and Kyra talk. Oh yeah, and that's when they're like, Cachet's like, oh my god, Tiffany is threatened by beautiful women, and Kyra's like, yeah, she's trying to gather up all the guys and stuff like that. It's not sitting well, what she's doing, apparently, yeah, by the women. Tyson and Tiffany actually have a conversation, and I believe this is the first time that, because Tiffany is part of Big Brother, right? Not only does she recommend Enzo, because he's from Big Brother, and oh my god, who was it? Alyssa? God, whatever. I don't know. It's so complicated, but either way, this is the first kind of sort of a betrayal here, right? Because she's supposed to be like the glue. She's the one leading that, and she was part of the cookout. I was gonna say the takeout. Yeah, man, I'll be part of the takeout. Knowledge is powered. The elimination. This is where James and Kyla defeat Tiffany and Cashel. Yeah, right away. He's kind of blindsided because Tyson was like, yeah, you're good and shit like that. But he's like, but half an hour later when I'm talking to everybody else, turns out she's not the glue. In fact, everyone kind of wanted her gone or wouldn't mind if she was gone, for these different reasons. She's like, oh my god, she's manipulative and stuff. And even though that'd be good for us, we don't like it. And then I think some of the women were a little bit like, oh my gosh, she just flirts with everybody and stuff. And but Xavier, I think he was like, yeah, you can do that. Tyson's like, will you be damage control? He's like, yeah, sure, man. So yeah, this is Big Brother getting rid of their own, right? They're gonna go in, like I said, Tiffany and Cashel. Cashel, again, he's from Love Island, and apparently they are done with him as well. I guess his ex is like, whatever. Like, you fucking cheated on me, so you could go in and stuff like that. So people are not as concerned with numbers in this particular episode. Not wanting to just, not fracture the different shows, the sort of built-in alliance you would think. And then James and Kyle. Oh yeah, James is like, a free spin class. Sign us up. That was pretty funny. Yeah, James is really starting to emerge as someone where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like Tyson right now, where I'm like, zero in Hawkeye vision. I'm like, who are you? Who the fuck are you? Because he's talking about like, my knowledge of reality shows is really going to help me. He's like, I've watched Tyson. I know that he's changed over the years and stuff, but I know that this is true, that he is going to think this and that, so yeah, right away I'm like, hey, fucking any self-aware challenger, any person that's studied the show. Oh geez, I might be repeating myself from the previous episode, but yeah, that's who Evan was to me, where he came on the show and he's like, he was a fan, so he knew what to do. He already knew old tricks, and he also came up with his own. But yeah, this is where you have to go on the bike and until like some memory things pop up. 3 of them, 3 rows. No, 2 rows. 3 rows of 2. Yeah. James and Kyla win. Tiffany and Cashel are gone. Yeah, pretty surprising. Or not at all, because it wasn't the episode called like something Tiffany? Oh shit, what was it? Fuck. But I think they say, can you see Tiffany? Right? Something like that. Very USA heavy. But yeah, there goes but there she goes. I do remember her from that Big Brother season. Yeah. And I never saw Love Island, so I don't really know you, Cashel. But I guess you shouldn't have cheated. You should have cheated here on the bike. Why? Well, yeah, you'll cheat on a human being, but you won't cheat on a bike. Get out of here, man. All right, well, that was the end of the episode. Like, subscribe, comment. This was Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vincent Cloud.